Today we are going to discuss an important life process, that is digestion. If we go through the definition of digestion, we all know that simply it means the breakdown of complex food into simpler one in order to get energy. So, in order to understand this term digestion in detail, we have to know that this digestion takes place in a particular system. As we all know that we are living organisms, and living organisms are made up of cells, or we can say that the basic unit of life is cell, and these group of cells form the tissue, then organ, then the group of organs form the organ system, and ultimately an organism is formed. That means all the physiological processes takes place in a particular system. Same is the case with digestion. This digestion takes place in a particular system, and that system we call that digestive system. In order to understand digestion, we have to understand what is digestive system. If we go through through the steps of digestion, it simply involves 5 steps. First is ingestion, then digestion, then absorption, assimilation, and finally digestion. In nutshell, we can say ingestion is simply intake of food, then this is the half digestion of food. This digested food gets absorbed, and finally this absorbed food gets assimilated and it's used by our body in the form of proteins, amino acids, salts, and some waste material needs to get eliminated out from our body, because that is waste as well as some toxic elements are there. So that toxic element is need to get eliminated from our body. That process is called digestion. That's a simple introduction about the steps involving in the process of digestion. But before discussing this in detail, we should understand where this digestion takes place. This takes place in a particular system, because as we know, we are organisms. We have all the processes undergoes in the particular system. So there is a specific system for the digestion, that is the digestive system. If we talk about the digestive system, usually it includes alimentary canal and all the glands, or simply we can say like this. Digestion takes place in digestive system, which includes buccal cavity, and in buccal cavity we have palate, tongue, teeth, and salivary glands. We will discuss them one by one. This is the first part of digestive system. Then after buccal cavity, it is pharynx, then esophagus, then stomach, small intestines, large intestine, and last but not least anus. So we will discuss them one by one. First is the buccal cavity. The buccal cavity starts from the mouth. Let me make a quick roughly diagram of buccal cavity so that you will get understand. For example, we can say the anterior opening. Anterior opening of buccal cavity is mouth. And inside the mouth, there is roof and the floor. Or upside there are nostrils, there are some salivary glands on the cheeks, and there are some jaws, the teeth. But here we will discuss first the palate. So here, anterior part of the buccal cavity, it has small rough surface or the depression that we called the palate rugs, palatine rugs. It's most developed in carnivores. These rugs, they have in even this part, anterior part of the buccal cavity, it has some bony structure, or we can say due to maxilla, this we call it the hard palate. And posteriorly, it is made up of cartilaginous substance. So we can call it the soft palate. And this soft palate, it has some structure, this hanging structure like this. This is called uvula. In nutshell, we can say this palate do not contain lots of the taste buds, but the palate has little taste buds or the small taste buds. Now this was about the palate. Now we will move to the, and this is the floor, roof of the buccal cavity. It forms the roof of the buccal cavity. Now we will discuss about tongue, which forms the floor of the buccal cavity. This tongue, simply it is called the floor of the buccal cavity. Anteriorly it is free, but posteriorly it is attached. Anteriorly free, posteriorly it is attached. And this tongue, it is not made up of any bony structure, it is just made up of the skeletal muscles. As we can feel, it's very soft. It is just made of skeletal muscles, no bones. And this tongue, as we say that it is the floor of the buccal cavity, so this tongue, it is attached with the buccal cavity with the help of ligamentous folds. And these ligamentous folds are called frenulum, as frenulum is singular and frenula plural. If we go the roughly diagram of tongue, we can make it like this, quick diagram. Wider towards the back and pointed little towards the front. That is the back and this is the front. And this tongue is made up of 3 types of papillae. One is circumvalley papillae. Second is fungiform papillae. And third is filiform papillae. As by name, it indicates that the papillae are divided on the basis of their shape. First is circumvallate. This circumvallate papillae is circular or round in shape, but it is attached towards the back of the tongue in the form of inverted V structure like this. And usually it is bigger in size but smaller in number. Usually 8 to 12. Like this, they are circular, usually 8 to 12, and this circle they have a groove, and on this groove there are the taste buds present. That is the circumvallate. And after the circumvallate there is a fungiform papillae. This fungiform papillae, as the name includes, that its shape is circular but it is have a little bulge like mushroom. That's why they are called fungiform papillae, and these papillae are present on the sides of this tongue. And they are smaller in size than circumvallate but more in number than circumvallate. And this finally is the filiform papillae. The filiform papillae are present more numerous in number. And they are conical, so they are more numerous, so they are present on the tongue almost everywhere. But remember, there are no taste buds present in the filiform papillae. If we talk about the taste buds, we know that we have a bitter taste on the back side, bitter, and beneath the bitter it is sour, and beneath the sour it is salty, and on the tip it is sweet. So this is all about the tongue. And if we go to the function of the tongue, first it acts as a gastritoreceptor. That means it receives the signal through the nerves, a taste signal that gives the brain. The brain gives the information which taste it is. Is it bitter? Is it sour? Is it salty? Is it sweet? And second, it is the natural cleaner, or we can say the natural toothbrush. And third, it helps in the mixing of food with the saliva. That means it helps in the process of digestion, half digestion. When it mixes with the saliva, the salivary gland secretes. There are 3 types of salivary gland. They secretes the saliva, ptyalin, वगैरह. Then fourth is the articulation of speech. We can speak with the help of tongue. This helps in the articulation of speech. Then after that is the teeth and all. We will discuss that in our next class.